The Roman settlement of Lugdunum was founded in approximately 44 BC. A quarter of a century later, a Gallic family from Saints financed the Amphitheatre of the Three Gauls. The family had maintained their Roman citizenship following the Gallic Wars and was also responsible for the Arch of Germanicus in their hometown. The amphitheater referenced Gaul's three main provinces, Belgica, Aquitania, and Lugdunensi. Lugdunum, Lyon, was the capital city. The amphitheater was dedicated to the cult worship of Rome and ruler Augustus. The venue staged recreations of military battles, chariot races, and gladiator clashes for entertainment. The original facility seated approximately 1,800 spectators. The intimate confines proved ideal for the periodic gatherings of representatives from 60 Gallic tribes. The dimensions and seating capabilities of the amphitheater were expanded during 130 to 136 AD. Two galleries were added around the core seating, enlarging its probable capacity to approximately 20,000. The seating additions enabled the facility to accommodate larger crowds and grander spectacles. 4 decades later, the scheduled exhibitions introduced macabre Christian martyrdom as a spectator sport. It has been speculated that the earliest leaders of the Christian church would become casualties. The most noteworthy victim acknowledged by history would be Blandine, the slave. Blandine was born locally in 162 AD. At the age of 15, she and her master were rounded up amongst a mass arrest of suspected Christians by a local military commander and civil magistrate. Their objective was to suppress the expanding Christian movement and discourage public display or practice. Their excessive persecution thinned the ranks of believers, but failed to eliminate all practitioners. Blandine remained adamant in her faith and steadfast to her beliefs regardless of the consequences. She was subjected to vile tortures and abuse despite her slight physical stature. Her tormentors and appointed executioners became exhausted by their attempts to physically harm her. She was tied to a stake as vicious and famished wild beasts were set upon her. Despite being bound and restrained, she prayed to God openly. The animals refused to approach her despite devouring others in her condemned party. Her resistance established a credible defiance to authority. Blandine would not compromise, knowing that she was fated to die regardless. Following additional days of confinement and torture, she was scourged openly in the arena, placed on a red-hot grate, and either stabbed with a dagger or gored to death by a bull. Her local legend originated from a descriptive letter sent by the Church of Lyon to other churches within Asia Minor. Her martyrdom and steadfastness would later culminate into a feast of remembrance each June 2nd. Legends regarding her exploits would proliferate during the Middle Ages, and a church would be consecrated in Lyon's second arrondissement during 1888.